where in 1975 John Walker ran the first sub 350 mile.
Here's the starting field, and Craig Mورسلي obviously an overwhelming favorite, but you say that there's some strategy that could be employed here. There were even rumors down in Great Britain when I came through that the Mورسلي family might hire a rabbit so that the pace is not too slow and he lose another tactical race like he apparently did down in Barcelona when he couldn't come away with the Olympic gold medal. What do you hear about the gossip, and what about this field?
Well, no rumors of any pacemakers in this race, although the man with the green top and the red shorts right in the middle of the screen, Venuste Nyangabo from Burundi, many people say will be the greatest challenger. There you see him on the left of the screen. His people, I talked to them this morning, think that a slow pace will be to his benefit, that he can outkick Mورسلي. I think that's ridiculous. I'm not really sure that there's any strategy that can top Mórselí. I think if it's a slow pace, the biggest competitor will be the man who won the '92 Olympics, Fermín Cacho from Spain.
There is an American, Paul McMullen. Fascinating story. He won the championship out in Sacramento. You can see that the big fella there on the left toward the middle of the field, he's coming over in his USA uniform. Had to later hit the standard, and here he is going out on top, Craig.
He had to chase all over Europe to find a qualifying mark. In fact, at one point, there didn't seem to be any more 1,500-meter races left. It was really on the line for him. He went to Lausanne, Switzerland. 3:38 was the standard. He ran 3:38.00. He hit it exactly. Later ran a nice race, a 3:36 race, and he was very good in qualifying.
Nyangabo lives in Italy, where he trains, and he is running behind the big American.
Well, it's funny, Nyangabo said the hardest adjustment to moving from Burundi to Italy was the cold. He said his veins felt like they were full of ice. You talked to McMullen about his childhood in Cadillac, Michigan. I said, describe the town to me. He said, it's very small and very cold, so you can be sure Nyangabo won't be paying any visits to McMullen.
You know, it's interesting. You watch Mórselí, and as they came by us, he had his eye right on Nyangabo. He was watching him and where he was going to finally settle down, and he is just trailing right in behind him now. But it is McMullen who has gone out to set the pace for them.
Not a terribly fast pace, 57.4. That's decent for championship running, not fast when you consider that Mórselí ran another world record earlier this year, 3:27.37 for the 1,500 meters, equivalent to about a 3:44 mile. He holds the world record at 3:44.39, does Noureddin Mórselí.
Now, you know, the championship record here should fall. It's 3:32.84. You would think with a decent pace that Mórselí certainly could break that standard, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, the pace has started to fall now. McMullen saying, hey, I'm out in front. I'm a big guy. I'm acting as a windshield for these little skinny guys behind me. And now they've gone through in 1:59.69. What we always seem to see in these championship races, slow tactical races. Mórselí on the outside in fourth. You know, he was quoted as saying when he runs races, his mind is full of doubt. I'm never sure who's going to finish second and who's going to finish third, he says. No doubt in his mind as to who's going to finish first.
Chekabani of France is also up there amongst the leaders. He's tucked inside Mórselí, about in fourth place. Mórselí staying out there where he's got himself running room.
There you see the head of Noureddin Mórselí starting to edge by Venuste Nyangabo. Nyangabo's people said, we got to make Noureddin Mórselí run the last 600 hard. If we can get him to come down to the last 400, we can beat him. Well, here they've got what they wanted. It's down to a last 400-meter sprint, and Mórselí has the early edge.
So it is Mórselí now on the lead where he was expected to be. He can go down in history as the greatest ever at the middle distances. Starting now to pull away, and you would fully expect him to cruise in and pick up this gold medal and still another Mercedes-Benz. He's opening up the lead. He is now coming off the far turn, and there is no question who is the greatest in this world right now at this distance. Noureddin Mórselí racing against the clock. McMullen has fallen back. He's not going to medal here, and we can hit the time, Craig, as they come across unofficially 3:33 and change, and that would be off the championship record, but still another gold medal performance, undoubtedly the finest in the world.
Incredible last lap for Noureddin Mórselí. Obviously, the coaches from Burundi didn't quite have it right. You can leave it to the last 400 meters with this man. He beats you no matter how you run it. If they'd set a fast pace, he obviously would have dominated. He beat them off a slow pace as well. He says the only thing left for him is an Olympic title after the disappointment of 1992. 51 seconds over the last lap, just as he did back in 1991 for his first world championship. Now it's 3 in a row for Nuruddin Moursali.
Well, when we come back, we'll check in on those Canadian sprinters.